Maybe we can get a volunteer for this, like Kiga.
I'm happy to duel people.
Alright.
Yeah, I can do too.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll just don't bother with Pathfinder, but I'll touch on it really quick. The only time you'll be fighting Pathfinder offense, or at least the only time you should be if the other team's smart, is when, like, say an offense came into clear but he died early because you killed him at midfield, because you're pushing out to meet these guys, remember that. So you kill him early and he's not going to make the clear in time for his capper. The smart thing for him to do is to switch into if he doesn't D-up, the smart thing for him to do is to switch into Pathfinder and just get there as fast as he can and put as many shots on the defense as possible before the capper gets there. So those guys it's pretty easy to duel Pathfinder. You want to just chain them anytime they're in the air or not close to you. When they get close, then you want to hit them with the disc. I think everybody knows that. You know how to fight people. That's very basic. Infiltrator is a little more difficult. They're only going to attack you generally when you're on the stand or near it. They're not just going to gank you out in the midfield. I mean, they might, but they don't get too much out of that because then you know their position, where they might be coming from. So the best thing you can do against an inf is just stay alive until he reveals himself. And the best way to do that is just to never really stand still. So if you're near stand, just constantly strafe around, jet into the air every couple of seconds, just to make their life a little harder to get a instant 500 damage on you from a disc that there's nothing you can do about.
Or 700 even.
Or 700 if they get you with a direct hit.
Another note on Pathfinders, you will run into them when you have the enemy flag and you're coming back to your base. For example, your capper's about to score. A lot of times the entire enemy team will go Pathfinder and try.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
To chain out low health Pathfinders as they're coming flying in trying to grab your flag.
Yeah, it's because Pathfinder is the fastest class in gaming. It gets to be really, really quickly with thrust pack and a nitron. So, and usually, you might see campers using 2 impacts, leaving them at 300, 510 if they're running ego, and sometimes as low as 56 if they're running 2 explosive nitrons with ego. Most will use ego, however, so you have as high as 500 health, 510 actually, or as low as 56. So
yep.
Just be aware about health as well.
Yeah, so the gist of what they're saying is when your capper gets out and they don't have your flag, you're going to see a lot of people crashing in Pathfinder in the hopes of them getting an E-grab or returning it. So that's another time you'll fight paths a lot. Anything Finger or Kiga or anybody else Aya wants to add?
How in depth do you want to go on dueling? Because
I'll get into like AD and when to chain and when to ground pound and whatnot.
Okay, because like, are you going to include positioning like line of sight and at the bottom of a hill, on top of a hill, depending? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, why don't we just go ahead and do a demo of that? Kiga, just come over in your preferred class.
Give me the flag.
Alright. I'm gonna go to the mid hill.
Okay. So let's say I'm going to. I know. Say Kiga is a bad player and goes through mid to get to the base. Because most of the time it's not smart to go through mid if you're offense. So we're going to meet him at mid hill. Everybody go to the mid hill in the middle of the map. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to check the scoreboard and know what everybody's in. So I'm looking and I see Kiga's in a raider. So nobody shoot Kiga except me because I'll just do him as an example. There you are, see you. Alright, everybody clear out a little bit. We're going to put on a show. It's going to be like Gladiator.
Make a lot of sense.
Make a ring around this, please.
Yeah, make a ring. make it super legit. You may experience collateral damage. Make the ring a little bit bigger, because we might just put it out. So, alright, I'm going to come in, and probably the first thing I'm going to try and do is get a bolt on him if I can, and then chain. We'll just let it happen, and I'll explain what happened later. Alright, you ready? Alright. Alright, so Kiga wins that one.
But he got a lot of damage on me. You see I'm pretty low health now and I could be easily sniped.
Yeah, that's one shot from a full snipe.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't have his shield pack up, he's pretty easy to take down. Raiders are one of the hardest classes to duel in the game. I'll get more into dueling raiders here in a second. But basically what I try to do is try and get explosive damage on him whenever possible, but only taking the shot when I know I have a good chance of getting it. I'm not going to just try and MA him or just shoot. Go ahead.
You guys should be aware when you're dueling raiders that we're pretty dependent on our shield pack, and our shield pack is used for energy, so if you get a shot on us and take away our entire shield, we're not going to be able to jet, and you can get another explosive shot on us really easily.
That's a very good point. Yeah, thank you for saying that.
Yeah. When you can, always get the drop on a raider. Attack them when they can't see you. You can, if you're running explosive nitrons as well, you can get a single bolt and a single nitron and drop them down to 100, 200 health, and that's easy to chain out.
Yep.
It's all about surprise. And it's also about surprise on offense as well. A lot of times you'll find people will be avoiding you, like me. It's expressly what I do. I'll try and get behind you, and I'll get you with a disc when you're not looking. That's like the biggest thing you can do, because that immediately puts you under pressure because you're already down to like really low health, and now you're kind of struggling. So it's all about getting a good surprise shot in.
Yeah, and the way you get better at dueling is honestly just playing the damn game. Like, you'll figure out what works and what doesn't work, and you'll adapt. Just make sure you're keeping track of like what strategies worked for you and what didn't. Just like after each pug, or even if you're just here for pubs, just like after each one, just make sure you like reflect back, like, well, why didn't I kill that guy? What could I have done differently? It just takes like a minute to do, and you'll be fine. Soldiers are, I'm going to go into the other classes now. Soldiers are pretty similar to Pathfinders, like in that they'll be running a chain and a explosive, most likely. Sometimes they'll use Eagle Pistol. You deal with them a little differently. This is where I want to get into like the specifics of dueling, because dueling a soldier is where you learn most of your basics of dueling. Alright, so Kiga has switched into soldier. Alright, everybody gather around again. Should I talk about it first, or you want to duel first?
I should talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see. So I've seen Kiga coming in here, and we're about to start a fight. And what I'm gonna do here is, God damn, y'all are a distracting bunch. I'm gonna, from a distance, I'm gonna try and chain him. If he's on the ground,
Hey, guys,
I'm gonna
get towards the Blood Eagle side if you could, just so we're all on the same side. Give him some room.
I'll take your finger.
This direction, I'm shooting.
That's the diamond sword side.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Let's go to the diamond sword side.
I'm marking finger with a laser. Thank you. It's so funny watching y'all swarm like
Black
little
Widow, can
fishes.
you go over there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Rainbow kills.
It's friggin' Schwinn back here.
It's a massacre.
So when he's on the ground, I'm generally gonna try to react to what Kiga does, because he's got.
I'm gonna pop over the hill and we can start.
Okay. Do you want me to explain, or are you just gonna do it now?
Yeah. When you're ready, just tell me. I'll
Okay.
pop over the hill.
Yeah. So I'm generally gonna. I have less health than him, so I'm generally gonna react to what he's doing, so that I can maximize my lifespan and get as many shots on him, or keep him as far away from the stand as long as possible. So if he's on the ground, I'm gonna. If it's flat ground like this, it's gonna be harder to land a disc or a bolt. I'll probably pop one off occasionally, but yeah. Stop killing each other so people can see what's going on. So anyway, I'm gonna be on the ground if he's on the ground. If he goes up in the air, I'm probably gonna keep chaining at him. But if he's doing that, it's probably to either shoot me with a disc or a thumper, or maybe throw a grenade or something. So if he does that, just make sure you pay attention if he switch weapons or not. If he switch weapons, then you should jet in the air either, or two. It's a lot easier to chain someone while they're in the air. Keep that in mind. Don't go for mid-airs unless it's like pretty close range, or you know you're good at it. I know I'm probably leaving some stuff out, so Kiga, why don't you go ahead and start, and maybe it'll come back to me when we fight. So one thing I did there that I didn't mention is using your thrust pack when dueling. That's a really good way to catch your opponent off guard. So what I did there, like we're on flat ground, but by aiming myself above Kiga, or pointing my crosshair like above his head, I was able to thrust myself over top of him and quickly shoot a bolt down at him. And like there's very little time he has to react, and honestly it's hard for his character to even move fast enough to get out of the way of a well-aimed bolt. So I got
an easy way to get explosive damage on your opponent.
Yep, it's very good. And if I had explosives, I probably would have tried to throw a nitron there as well. I mean, he got me again. Oh, go ahead.
One thing to consider when thrust packing against a opponent that has an explosive weapon is that you're going to be very low on energy after thrust packing, so it can be dangerous in certain environments. It can give them a free ground shot, which can be anywhere between 650 and 900 damage.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm willing to duel someone else if somebody wants to step up.
Yeah, does anybody want to give it a shot?
I want to do a brute duel. We demonstrate brute.
Later,
We'll
get there.
We'll get to it.
No.
We're going in order right now. I'm going from light to heavy.
Me.
Okay, let's go. I don't
He's right
see
here.
you, though. There's two
Switch.
people.
He's right there. He's right there in the middle.
Okay, I got it. Wait, are you gonna duel me as a soldier or something? Or okay. I mean, we haven't gotten to the soldier LD yet, have we?
Yeah, is there anyone that's wanting to duel Miss Pathfinder?
I will.
Alright.
There we go.
And if you do good, then hell, that's awesome. And if we see anything that like maybe you should have done, we'll let you know.
Who am I dueling? Barefoot Man?
Yep.
Alright, tell me to start and I'll pop over the hill.
Go ahead.
Ocean Sheep, make sure not to get too close.
So are you guys dueling in chase outfits right now, or in dueling outfits? So do you use lightweights, I guess?
Well,
Quick draw.
yeah, quick draw. Always quick draw when you're dueling. You only want to use light. I'll get to lightweight. Sorry.
So you want to comment on how he did and what he could have done differently?
Yeah. So you started off pretty good, starting with the chain and everything. You stayed on the ground when he was on the ground. But what he got you with that grenade that did most of the damage, or maybe killed you, I don't remember now. When a soldier pops behind a hill like that, you've got to watch, because they love to throw grenades because you're not going to see it coming in. So if someone, like, say, alright, Kiga's right there, and then like pop down behind the hill. We don't know where each other are exactly. We don't know how each other is strafing. So don't stay in the same spot. Like, I stood there because I wasn't really expecting to throw it yet, but it's all good. It's all good. So like, strafe right or left. Like, they've got, if they guess that you're going to move left or right, then they've got a 50-50 chance. But don't just stay in a straight line from where you were, or maybe go diagonally even to give yourself distance and lateral
I'd
position.
say diagonal is your best bet because you put both. They're gonna guess either left or right or in the middle, but they're not gonna guess left or right and forward or backward.
Yeah.
Consider this, in a soldier versus a Pathfinder duel, you have no damage essentially, assuming you don't have a bolt launcher.
No indirect fire.
You have no if there's line of sight between the two of you, he is capable of doing like immense damage to you. You are not capable of doing any damage to him. So that's a scenario where you need to be very cautious, basically. You need to be not rushing at him, not making predictable movements, because he will.
And when
soldier will hit you.
And when he breaks LOS, that's also another good time to use the thrust pack. But again, like Finger said, be careful with your energy management. You don't want to leave yourself an easy crown pound target. But like, go behind the hill again. So like, it'll be he won't be able. Like, again, it's just hard for him to know I'm coming. Like right there, missed. But just another good opportunity to use the thrust pack.
Crap, I just lost what I was going to say. Oh, yes. About dueling soldiers. Okay, the soldier, do not go straight towards soldiers. Actually, don't fly straight towards anything, especially this LD, because if you fly straight towards me, I don't even have to move my crosshair to kill you. I just have to hold the button down, and you're going right into the bullet.
Yep.
If you're going to attack someone, come from the side, come from diagonally. Never fly straight. As soon as you fly straight, you're going to die. It's going to take half a clip. Okay.
You're an easy chain, you're an easy MR.
It's so easy, and that's the most basic mistake that most new players make, is they just fly straight towards people, and that's a great way to die.
So does anybody else want to duel?
That is absolutely true, but a counterpoint to that, there are certain loadouts that will allow you to